Evening. I think that's us live. Give us a thumbs up if we're working and if you can hear us. Or type a comment below or something so I know we're working. Looks like we are. Got some sound. Yes, I think so. Yes, lovely. Super. Right, let's get the right page up. Evening all. Hope we're all well. A busy old week for me. Good evening, David. Evening, Stevie. How was jelly and ice cream? Do you know I didn't actually have any jelly and ice cream. We went to the what's it called? A Wacky Warehouse. For some reason, they'd let us take birthday cake in, and we could cut it, but we weren't allowed to eat it. Some daft COVID rule. I mean, can you make any sense out of that? Not really. Anyway, long story, which I won't bother with. But yes, I had a jolly birthday party yesterday with my nephew. And crazy week of work on the old telly jobs. And yes, here we are. So, eating pizza. I'm trying to think what's new to report this week and what was new last week. The major thing I've done this week is get the relist of stuff that didn't sell the first time around. Which was mostly machines, I think. I don't think there was much else that didn't sell the first time around. There was a few machines. So, and I put them on for 2 weeks this time around. Well, we'll put them on yesterday for, so, you know, just over 2 weeks, basically. So you see there's some machines that finish on the 15th of August, which are a few that didn't go the first time round. So if you missed them the first time round, now's your second chance. Try a little bit harder, offer a little bit more. And with a bit of luck, we can get them sold this time around. Evening, Peter, Customs. So you should, in theory, and it will help if some of you let me know, if anybody offered on any of these machines before, in your account page under buying, under rejected offers, so this is just my little sample account. So like here, like these 3 items didn't sell before, it should tell you what your offer was last time that's rejected. And then you can go on it. And now have I put a new offer on this? I might have just answered my own question, your offer. So if we put £10 on here this time, so I might need to do some tweaking to this. Let's have a go back to here. So we should have under live offers. Yeah, you see it's not showing there. So I still need to do some tweaking to this. There's something quite right somewhere. But I'm not entirely sure if that's just with my test account, because it's kind of set up slightly differently than your real account, as it were. So do let me know. And if you put an offer on any of these things before, which will be all the things that are finished on the 15th, and you try again, say the offers should appear on your live offers page. My sample one here seems to say, I don't think it's putting the dates out right, so I still might need to tweak that a bit. But anyway, we've got 2 weeks to do it. Let me know if you've got a problem, basically. So that's that. But it is, you know, essentially it's working. It's just we might need a tweak of what's, you know, that looks like it should be on that page and not this page. So let me know how you get on, any problems you come across at your end, and I can sort that out. I got the steerable machine video today. That's up now. Nice machine, all working. Plays nicely, actually. I even managed to get a winning game on it, which is in a little video, so that's quite good. So have a look at that. And also here I've updated the descriptions on the Roma. That's all working perfectly now, paying out correctly and everything. It's just a tweak on the payout slide. I think there's a bit of muck in it or something, so we sorted that out. That works fine. Quite a funky machine, really. And also the, what was the other one? the Aristocrat console, the lights on that are now working. It was just a loose wire in the plug, as it turned out. I think the wire got pulled in the truck when it came here, so although it's not lit up in the video, the lights do work, and I put in here in the description somewhere, yeah, lights up. So if you're interested in either of those machines, there's a little update on the descriptions of them. Over in the spare parts department, the wanted bit is filling in nicely. I think there's about 800 quid or something when I looked earlier on on the table for bits. People need bits for sorting their machines out with. So have a look down here. If you've got any of the bits, get them into us, post them to us or whatever, and we can get them on the site and try and get them sold for you. I have got quite a few bits coming in. About 2 weeks' time, I think they're due, with a couple of machines as well. I think there's quite a lot of Mills high top spares, amongst other things. So keep an eye out if you need any Mills bits in the next couple of weeks. Over in the other sections, there was just one book that didn't sell, so there's not much there at the minute. I've got a big batch of circus programs to put on. So I know a lot of people collect circus programs. I think there's ones from about the 50s to the 80s thereabouts. So some quite nice older ones in that collection. I'm not sure how many. There's just two folders full, so probably 50 to 100, I guess, something like that. Of all sorts of different circuses. So we'll try and get those done sometime in this week, depending on how work is. Over in advertising, I think it was just those few odd show cars that didn't sell the first time around have gone up again. And Fairground I'm still working on. Had another call today for another load of Fairground stuff. Some nice animals off a ride. A Dobby set, which I think is a frame only, Dobby set frame. And some other bits and bobs. So there's quite a lot on its way. That will probably be toward September, I think they're coming. Because the guy's out on the road at the moment, obviously, so when they're sort of coming toward the back end of the season, then that stuff will come into us for sale. Other tweaks, have I done any other tweaks this week? I don't think so. I think everything else was last weekend I mentioned, which was quite a lot of back-end tweaking and in the different account pages. So hopefully everyone's sorted that out now, knows what they're doing. I don't think there are any problems there. I think everything works as it's supposed to. As I say, it does seem there might be an issue with these re-offering on something that has been relisted. The idea is if you put an offer on something and it was not successful, it was rejected because the item didn't sell at all, rather than just somebody else bid more than you. When it's relisted, that your old offer would show on your rejected page, just as a memo to yourself, if you like, what you offered last time. So you know to perhaps offer a little bit more this time around. And then your new offer should appear over here. But it seems that might not be working still. So I'll have to look into that. I think it's just the dates of the offers, I suspect, is what the problem is in the database. Because it's updated, this was 5 a little while ago, 5, 6 and 7, just on my tests. And clearly it's updated that to 10. Instead of putting on a new offer is what it should have done. So we'll look at that. Evening, Paul. So if anybody else has found anything that needs looking at, sort of programming wise on the website, let me know, because I've been you know, changing and updating quite a lot of things. And sometimes you change one thing and something unexpected happens somewhere else. And it's really tricky to kind of think of every possible scenario of what everybody's doing. But I hope it's all working okay. I don't think there's anything finishing tonight. I think there's a load of machines finishes next Sunday. Yes, a US Marshal down to the crane, the pusher shooter. Then the weekend after, this relisted stuff, and also the steerable. Is the following weekend, and then hopefully, obviously, there'll be some more stuff in to carry on from there on. What was I just going to say? Oh yeah, viewing this coming week for viewings and collections, etc. Tomorrow I'm probably around here in Cambridge. Monday. Tuesday I'm not. Wednesday I'm not sure about yet. Depends if I get finished on Tuesday or not. Next weekend should be fine, both days, 7th and 8th. I think there's a batch of machines due in next week. I think the first part of this collection. So hopefully there'll be 7 or 8 new machines in next weekend. Keep an eye on the website and the Instagram for that. But yeah, all next weekend should be fine. Tomorrow's fine. Rest of the week I just don't know about. So if you're coming in this area, you know, if you're coming through and want to pop in, just get in touch, and I'll let you know if I'm going to be around or not. So there we are. Any questions of anybody? Anybody need to know anything? Anybody got any observations? Had any exciting finds in the week? Bought anything? Sold anything? Found anything? Etc. How are we doing over the wanted page? Let's have a look what's happening over here. Oops, wrong page. Where are we wanted? Latest wanted page. Must sort this page out. Latest wanted, let's go to. Oh, there's quite a few new wants again this week. Still for Easy Push, Belfruit Penny Special, Jennings Century, Jennings Peacock, Mills Castle, High Top Bonus. What's the bonus? Cranes. Buckley, I haven't seen one of those for a while. Buckley Deluxe Crane. I remember that one. I wish I'd have bought it. I didn't. Hey ho. When I was collecting lots of cranes. Roller Tops. Roller Top and Roller Tour, which is a rarer one. Cruising Girl, Chief Console, Bones, Buckley Bones, Watling Gold Seal. That was it. I think all that lot there is those 15. I think are new wants this week. So there's a fair bit of money on the table there. £66,000. We have waiting buyers. So that's pretty good. 2 people now after a walk the plank. So a good time to sell one of those if you've got one. In fact, look, we sold the last one in June, which is this one, which will be this picture. Back in June for 200. June 2016 that was. Now we've got 2 offers, 2 collectors waiting to buy it, offering up to 500 quid. So whoever bought that one, if they want to more than double your money on it, now is the time to sell. I don't think I've seen one since we sold that one. But, there we are. So it's interesting actually, this past week, I remember I said last week it was interesting to see a lot of the wants were for sort of earlier stuff, but that seems to have changed slightly this past week. There's still quite a lot of this 60s stuff wanted, 60s, 70s stuff. But now some more of the kind of traditional sort of 30s stuff. People want cranes and nice bandits and stuff. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't think there's any wants over in the advertising section, no. And book section, no new ones there. Wanted ads, if you haven't already sussed, under your account tab, wanted ads. Place a new ad, pretty straightforward. My internet connection seems to be slow. I hope the stream's coming through okay. Upload looks alright. My download's just a bit slow for some strange reason. But yeah, just fill in the form basically, simple as that. And place as many as you like. What I've said for spares is, but if you want several spares for one machine, just put them in, you know, if you want I don't know, an all-win payout cup and an all-win trigger and then some all-win hinges, all for the same machine. Don't put it in one advert, put it in as 3 separate ads. Then you can put 3 separate prices, what you're prepared to pay for each different bit. And obviously, you know, it's not to say all bits are going to come in at the same time, so. That's how that works. Fill it in, click the button, and they go up usually within a day. They just don't automatically go up. It just gives me time to check that no one's filled it up with rubbish or spam or something daft. So I just check the adverts, click the button on my end, and then they go live and appear over here on the Coin Up Spares page down there. So there we are. Anything from anyone? Let's have a look. Have we got any more messages? I don't think we have. I'm sure you're all bored of me rabbiting for now, so if anybody wants to chip in, then do so. Don't forget to give us a thumb up under the thing. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done already, which I'm assuming you all have. If you're wondering why you can't chat, I think that's why. I think you have to be subscribed to be able to join in with the chat thing underneath. So if you're wondering why you can't make comments on the videos, that'll be why. So somewhere, I can't see it on my sorted screens here, but somewhere down here should be a little thing that says subscribe. Click that. There's another little bell thing then comes up, and if you click on that, that's for notifications. That just lets you know when we're sticking a new video up. So we do this every Sunday night. If you haven't joined us before, it's just a general chit chat. Tuesday night I do the sale results, so what stuff is made, the stuff that sold the previous Sunday. And then, although there won't be one this Tuesday because there's nothing selling this Sunday tonight. And then on a Friday night we do anything that's new that week. So usually 3 videos a week for half an hour or so, something like that. And it's very useful, you know, feedback for me to see if there's any issues with anything on the website, or if anybody needs to know anything about something that's for sale, or got any ideas, suggestions, whatever. Stick a comment below and then we can have a chat about it. In the meantime, I'll have a cup of tea. Which, given where the microphone is, probably actually sounds awful. I haven't thought about that before. So excuse me gulping tea. Peter says, could I say a big thank you to Paul and Kevin for all the help and advice drawing to help, and the drawing to help get my Brenco Wheel of Fortune working again. Thanks, excellent, well done. I'm glad it's working again. They're good machines. I had one of those in, I think we had it up in Botany Bay when I had the arcade up there. What have I got under? Spinning disc machine, probably. Wheel of Fortune, here we are, Brenco. If you don't know what one of those looks like. Best picture, that one, isn't it? That's probably a better one. Good machines. As the arrow goes round, all the lights all light up as it goes round. It's quite an attractive machine that spins all the time. So it's real good, draws people in. It take a lot of money. Very, very good machine to operate. I remember persuading, or trying to persuade Peter for ages to buy it, and finally he did. And yes, then I got the satisfaction of saying, "Told you so. Told you to take money." But good machines. There's not many of them around. It's one of those again. So that's another machine fixed and back on site. That's good to know. Yeah, I mean, we sold 3 of those over the years. That's all. So were they 3 different ones, or have we sold one twice, I wonder? Let's have a look at the pictures. That's definitely different, isn't it? That's one restored, or if it's the same. I think there are 3 different machines that we sold. Have a look at them. Yes, that's my machine. Which one? I think the most recent one, wasn't it? This one. One back in June 19. So there we go. Go up and play that. One of my another project to program eventually when I get around to it on the website is down here, these public display section. Of like listing here where you can go and play machines. So the intention is you know, a section, a whole bit of programming I've got to do, but to give the arcade operators a special login to the website where they can just go through and tick what machines they've got on the site. So if anybody's wondering, oh, you know, where can I go and see one of these? It will say, you know, Merivale Penny Arcade or whatever. So that's a project for, I don't know, later in the year sometime. There's more pressing things to do first, but it'll be a good thing to do. There's stuff up in Peter's 2 Arcades, and there's all the stuff down in Rye, all the working models down there, and there's Roberts Arcades up north. What other arcades have we got these days? Not many. A couple of travelling. Not many travelling anymore. Clive, I'm not sure what Clive's up to at the moment. I'm not sure what there is at Botany Bay these days. I think Darren's still in there. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been to Botany Bay for 5 years, I shouldn't think. So there's fewer about. There's rumours of some new arcades going to be opening. I think a couple were kind of in the planning before the whole lockdown thing. Of course, that knackered everything up. So we'll have to see. But yeah, that's a future little job. Just a few days off at Christmas or something and program that. Then obviously we do it with the other sections as well, where there's museums of fairground stuff, like down at Dingles, or if Dingles is still running. There's all sorts of strange things going on down there at the moment. and Folly Farm, etc., Thursford, where there's some nice fairground stuff to see, and so on. Back over to here for sales up. I did in the email I sent out earlier on, I might do a stats page on the website sometime. I had a look just as a matter of interest what we'd sold in the past 3 months in terms of items and value. So May, basically all we sold in May was that initial collection of 40 machines that we had in. So there was 40 things sold for just shy of 19,000 in total. In June we sold 33, so these for just shy of 11,000. And July just finished, we sold 39, 11,500. So, I mean, kind of discounting May in a way because that was all one collection separately. But June and July has all been individual trader members stuff that has been consigned in. So it's going in the right direction and it's going up. So it'll be interesting to see what August does. I put in the email, August is traditionally a really bad month for selling antiques, collectibles and so on. Was in the past because obviously a lot of people were on holiday or saving the money for holidays, etc. This year there's not so many people going on holiday, or if they are, they're holiday in the UK, which is even more expensive than going abroad. What difference that will make, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, hopefully, obviously, I hope every month the figures go up, that we sell more items and a higher turnover. Not that the turnover, because I'm not charging commission or buyer's premium or anything, doesn't matter as such. It does make a difference to me. If I sell £1,000 worth of stuff or £100,000 worth of stuff, I don't earn any more money out of it. Really, it's the quantity of items that's perhaps more of a mark of success with this kind of system, really, because that means we get more stuff consigned in and more stuff sold and out back out the door again. So really the number of items is probably more important than the actual turnover, as it were. But yeah, so I'll keep tabs on that. I'll let you know next month what it is. Paul says, built an arcade in my back garden last year. Excellent. I like the sound of that. I shall come down with video camera when I've got time. And we'll do a nice video of it. Which I spoke to Paul about a little while ago. He's got some really interesting machines that you've probably never seen anywhere else because there aren't any others. So it'd be nice to get some kind of individual videos of those rare machines up on the website, just for people to see what they do. So a lot of them we've never seen before, and you know, the whole collection. I've got invites to quite a few other collections as well now to film. That's just getting time to do it, which will probably be when I've finished on these TV jobs, which are going to run for about 4 months, I think. Which takes us sort of pretty much, well, yeah, Shakespeare in Hathaway, that starts on the 23rd of August and that shoots until Christmas Eve, I think they finish shooting that. Which hopefully they'll need me for some jobs on, you never know. But that at the moment, you know, takes up a lot of weekdays, and obviously I'm here, or try to be here as much as I can at the weekends, for people coming to visit, to view stuff, drop stuff off, pick stuff up, because obviously most people are free at the weekends, so that kind of scuppers my weekends for going elsewhere and doing other things at the minute. Paul, yes, more than welcome. Yeah, it'll be good. I'll have to improve my filming skills a little bit as well, I think. But, That, to be honest, is time as much as anything. Like, making these little videos is, I think I said before, machines are actually really difficult things to photograph and film because there's so many reflective surfaces on them. Almost, I can't think of any machine that hasn't got a glass front on it of some description. Even bandits have got glass windows on them. Of course, glass reflects light, reflects background, reflects you, reflects the camera. So it's a real pain. I mean, if you saw some of the antics I get into to film some of these things, especially when they're on the turntable twirling around in a circle, because every angle reflects everything. So there's usually black sheets hung up, bits of board, lights at funny angles, God knows what. It was a right mess. Just to try and get like this a good image, so you can see it without too many things reflecting in it. You can just about see some of the, if you look carefully, some of the ceiling reflecting in the glass. That was difficult to shoot. It's also difficult when you try to play a steerable with a camera tripod right in front of you. So you're reaching around the camera tripod trying to steer the steerable and not knock the camera or hit the tripod at the same time and get a winner. So that took a few attempts. But there you go, look at that. There's a winner. Ta-da! I won me penny. So that was all right. Richard said, hi Steve, got 2 machines I'd like to sell. Both have minor issues with accepting coins, reluctant to sell without sorting. After what you've said, do you have a go at sorting before list? It's a case of, you know, if it is something minor, I don't mind having a look at when they get here. These other things, it was just a case of they were working when they left the guys home and they got here and the plug had got knocked in the van, I think, and not entirely what we're sure was up with the power in the road. We just sort of took it to bits, put it back together again. It was fine again. It was just a bit of grit or a bit of something just got stuck in it, I think that's what it was. So yeah, I haven't got time to do, you know, full-on restorations of machines. But if it is something simple, you know, I don't mind having a look at it. If you want to drop it off. So, I mean, the thing with machines, if they're all there, there's not usually that much wrong with them. It is usually something with the mechanism got bent, a spring popped off somewhere, a coin jammed somewhere that you can't quite see, or a bit of, you know, sometimes you get an odd screws come loose in somewhere and just stuck between 2 levers and they don't mesh together or something. So if it was working and it's all there, there's not usually very much wrong with it. So yeah, by all means bring them and we'll have a look. I'm not sure it won't be much wrong with them. And at the absolute worst, at least we can determine what is wrong with them, and you know, that doesn't then put buyers off so much if they know, oh yeah, I just need to sort this or I need to sort that, as opposed to, oh, it's not working and we don't know why. So yeah, get in touch, bring them over. As I say, this coming week I'm around tomorrow, Monday, and then the weekend, 7th and the 8th. The week I'm not sure about at the moment. I know I'm out in the studio on Tuesday. And possibly Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, I may be around, I may not. Just depends what they've got planned for me this week. The joys of working freelance in the telly industry. Is anybody else? I know I've got a few. Actually, there's pretty more than a few actually. It's interesting. Slot collectors in particular work in TV. There's at least one camera guy. There's a lighting gaffer. The sound guy I know, there's two, three, I think there's probably 3 producers. Might be 4 producers. A director. Just trying to think off the top of my head, there's almost probably nearly a whole film crew amongst all the collectors. So yeah, you know what it's like. What was I saying about Estivale? Yeah, I was just saying, you know, it's not the easiest thing to film and photograph. Really, the only thing this Estivale wants is the lights wiring up. You see it sometime in the past. It's had on the top there's usually like red or yellow bits of plastic on the nice cast grills. That's been replaced sometime with some aluminium. The light holders are inside, so it just needs 2 little bits of plastic, a bit of cable and a plug, and it will light up again. But it's nice, got its backflash. So yeah, we've not had a steerable for a while, so hopefully that will do okay. Any more for anybody? Any more questions, comments, ideas, invitations to come and film your collections of wonderful machines? That's one of those, you know, what would be nice one day, a long time in the future, would be to get, so most machines have got a little video of them running and what they do. There's still quite a few things we need images for as well. What images have I put up lately? I think these were the last ones I did for the Century. So again, wanted, if you've got any of those, have a look on the wanted page of machines. We've got £66,000 waiting to buy this stuff. And also have a look over on the Coinops spares and supplies, because if you scroll down past the stuff that's for sale, there's another load of wanteds on there as well. People needing bits and bobs. So see if you've got any of those that you can part with. I think when I had a quick type, there was over £800 there waiting for bits and bobs. I should put a little, calculate a little total on here. Not that it really matters, but it's interesting sometimes just to see what's on offer. So I need to make a note for myself just to check on the, still got to work on that. Offers on relisted things. Offers on relisted items. Not working properly. Talk amongst yourselves, I'll just make myself a note while I remember. plus showing on rejected offers list. What I need to do is transfer all those over. Just thinking to myself here a minute. Transfer rejected to table. Yeah. I want to do a bit of major engineering to the database to make that work as I intend it to work. Right, note for self, sorry about that, just while I sprung into my mind of what to do there. So any more questions or comments? If not, we'll round it up in a little bit. I'll go and have another cup of tea and think about doing a bit more coding to make these offers work on items that have been relisted. Which might take a bit of major engineering, so it might take me a day to do that. It might be tomorrow taken up, I suspect. Hopefully I'll think of a simple way around of doing it. And then, so say Tuesday, though, Tuesday night there won't be a video of news stuff. Sorry, of sale results, because nothing's selling tonight. So we'll skip Tuesday's video. So the next one will probably be Friday with new stuff coming in this week, if there's anything new in this week. Which there might be a couple of bits, I think, coming in. And then Sunday as usual. Richard said, would it be too complicated to put a help advice section on the site, i.e. referring to Peter Williamson comment and my issues with machines? Richard, see me like a kind of forum-y type thing? No, it wouldn't be too much trouble, is his short answer. I did think about it, somebody kind of mentioned it before, so we could either put it, obviously referring back to machines again, because what most of us are talking about at the moment. So for example, we could put it on the machines page somewhere. So thank you, David. Yes, I'll do that sometime. Yes, kind of forum type things. It's someone, it has been suggested in the past. So on the, on each machine page, obviously at the very top, if there's something for sale, that goes at the very top of the page. So ignore that bit for the moment. So your general machine page at the moment, you've got the first top box, which is picture, rough information, and the buttons to do whatever, and then the price history and so on. So somewhere on here, I could do a kind of a help, questions, something, general advice might be a good idea. People have got tips for certain machines, perhaps, of how to set them up or adjust them or all that kind of thing. Yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea, actually. It would be a case of how to kind of categorize it, really. So whether putting it on the individual pages is the best idea. So for example, the issue with Peter was having with the spinny thingy, Wheel of Fortune, would have gone on the Wheel of Fortune page, or whether to make a whole separate page for problem page, whatever you like to call it. There's probably pros and cons for either. If you put it all on the one page, everyone knows where to find it. But of course you end up with a great big long page and you've got to search through it trying to find what you're looking for. Whereas if you've got a problem with your Gapwin, then you know just to go to the Gapwin page and stick a thing on there. Help, I've got a problem with my Gapwin. I could gather all the requests for help on a separate page somewhere. That would probably be a good idea. And then the actual advice on the page itself. I'm thinking aloud here, as you can probably tell from the way my brain is working slowly away. I'm going to make some notes of this. Good idea. Chat amongst yourselves while I make some notes. I'm not good at multitasking 101 jobs at once. But I like the idea. It's a good idea. Help advice. Per machine, etc. Queues show on a collective page. Queue page. Answers show on machine page. I know what I mean by that. Advice, tips. Yes, Richard, I like that idea. It's a good idea. As I say, something along those lines has been suggested before. Doing like a forum thing. Obviously, there's forums elsewhere discussing machines, etc. So it's not a case of, you know, don't necessarily want to tread on other people's toes. Other people are doing different things to what we're doing, and vice versa. But gathering, you know, bits of information on pages. I mean, like for example, if you've got a wiring diagram, drawings, etc., of the Wheel of Fortune, well, that's great information for other people as well. So that could all go on the Wheel of Fortune page. So when anyone had a problem in the future with their Wheel of Fortune, know where to find the answer for it. And there's no reason why we couldn't accumulate little, you know, photographs of videos come to that, showing you how to do something, fix something, adjust something, set something up, and so on. Yep, we're liking that idea. It's not a 5-minute job to program it, but I'm liking the idea. I should put it on my major jobs list. I think it would be useful. And that's what I said to start with. The whole idea of this whole project really is as well as much as giving a platform to people to buy and sell stuff, is to pull all this information together that we all have between us and put it all in one place. It'll just build and build and build over time and become a great resource for everybody to use. David says you want to pop in. Oh yes. Richard, PS, thanks for the work you put in. Bought and sold with you. Great site, great selection. I've noticed a lot of other sites seem to have only very old posts. Yeah, somebody else said that the other day actually. They'd looked around a couple of the other sort of slot machine sites and you know, they've got 1 or 2 adverts that were from like 2 or 3 years ago or something. Well, that's just the way it goes, I suppose. You know, as I say, other sites do different things in different ways, and I do my thing my way, if you like. This is perhaps a difference. You know, I had that initial idea, but I'm constantly asking people for feedback all the time, which is the whole point of doing these videos when I started doing these, was to get people's feedback And before the site even went live, I had about a dozen or so collectors volunteered and gave up their time to test the site and give me a whole load of feedback. A whole load of stuff was changed before it even went live. Because it's all very well you having a vision of how something's going to work, but when other people start using it, they don't necessarily use it in the same way. And when I put the first lot of people who tested the website before it went public, I didn't give them any instructions as to what they were supposed to do or how it was supposed to work or anything else. Just said, there's a website, go and play with it and see what you can do. Because I wanted it to be as intuitive as possible. I know it seems complicated when you first look at it because it's completely different to anything that's been done before, but in essence it's very simple. And half the art of it is when you're trying to gather a huge amount of information on thousands of different machines, and ultimately when we expand the other sections out, thousands of different signs and bits of fairground art and books and posters and God knows what else, of nailing down to what you want in amongst thousands or tens of thousands of items quickly and easily is not an easy thing to do. And again, just as I was saying, as I'm thinking aloud about how to do a help section, not help with the website, but help with problems with machines or problems with your fairground ride or problems with restoring your enamel sign or whatever it's going to be. Yes, great idea. It's how to do that in such a way that people can easily find that information, so it just doesn't get lost in a sea of 1,000 posts on a page somewhere, which no one can ever bother to wade through and look. So I'm thinking for that, as I'm thinking ahead, it will be, we'd perhaps have a page with the latest cries for help on it, or whatever you want to call it. Help, my Gatwin's broken, help, my pyramid's not paying out, whatever it happens to be. So we put all those cries for help in one place. So the helpful folk out there could have a look at it and see what problems people are having. And then once we've got those posts answered, we'd archive those questions and answers back on the main machine pages. So in the future, if someone was having a problem with their Gatwin, the first place to look is on the Gatwin page and see if that problem's already been solved. And over time, obviously, common problems would be getting answered. So you'd scroll down here, down your Gatwin page somewhere, and say, oh yeah, here's the problems that people have been having with Gatwins. Oh yeah, I've had that problem as well. There's the answer to my problem. If your question hasn't been answered, then a button to ask for help. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Making more notes here as I go along. So yeah. Yeah, so it's not a it's not a 5-minute job to program, but it's certainly worth it. I think it'd be a really good resource for people. So we like that idea. Any more other bright ideas or any comments on that idea? Gratefully received. Do stick them in the comment box below. Yeah, so other sites, why they haven't taken off, I don't know really. I was saying quite a few videos back about eBay basically, and how it overtook all the other sites. For those of you who remember, in the early days of the internet, there was a lot of eBay type sites. I can't remember what they're all called now, but I probably signed up for most of them at the start. There was never much on them because it was the early days of the internet. But there were lots of competition. There were lots of other auction sites like eBay, and gradually they all just fell by the wayside, and eBay took over. I don't know why. I guess it was inevitable that one would, and it just happened to be eBay. But obviously they got something right and did whatever they did that all the others didn't, and they become the kind of preeminent auction site. Unfortunately, it seems they've completely screwed it up, as I think just about every eBayer would agree recently. They're just really not interested in us little people anymore, buying and selling our old stuff, which is what eBay started off as a collector's site, and it's just now basically trying to turn themselves into Amazon, and they're just a massive reseller of Chinese junk. And yeah, because that's easy. They're interested in people selling tens of thousands of items a day, reselling from China, so they can crank in their all their listing fees and their sales fees and their photo fees and all the other fees eBay like to charge you for this, that, and God knows what else. Whereas you or I buying one or two signs or slot machines or something a year, they're just not interested in. We don't make them any money. So we're falling by the wayside, and it's noticeable the the amount of interesting stuff on eBay these days is getting very low. And what there is just usually just stupidly unrealistic buy now prices. People are sticking all in on for £2,000, buy it now. Well, great. Who's going to buy that? Nobody. It's interesting. Sometimes I look, not very often, but I look at a category of odd things, different odd things I'm interested in collecting. And you look at a section and there'll be 3,000 listings or whatever. I mean, if you filter that out to auctions, there'll be 30, and then UK 10. So there's actually not that much that's really for sale. Most of it is just endless relisted stuff at ridiculous buy it now prices that they're never ever going to get. But they stick it on when they have the free listing weekends on eBay and on an automatic relist. And it sits there, some of the same stuff, you all know, you've seen it, it's been sat there for years, literally years. Never ever going to sell, but it just makes eBay look much bigger and busier than it really is. But all their trade is just in Chinese junk. That's how they make the money. And hey, they make more money than I do, so... Oh, I think the stream might have stopped there. Strange, I think my internet connection is a bit iffy tonight. Peter says, a help section for electromechanical machine is going to get more and more needed as the electrics, etc. start to get even older and parts are truly tricky to find compared to mechanical machines. Yes, that is a good point. I was having that conversation with somebody a couple of weeks ago who came to pick something up. Yeah, and they were saying anybody, well, not anybody, but a lot of people mechanically minded, you can fix a mechanical machine because you can physically see what's gone wrong with it. If a part is broken, which is rare, but if a part has broken, more often than not, it's worn out. You can see, oh yeah, that needs a new spring because the spring is broken, or it needs a new shaft because it's really worn and got all loose, so you need to put a new shaft in it or something. And you can go to an engineering shop. If you can't make it yourself, you can just get that bit made. So I need a new shaft that's 4 inches long and 1/4 inch, and they'll make you one. Not a problem. Electric stuff is completely different. Stuff with fully uni selectors and the like. When they go wrong, it's either because the coil's gone in the little solenoid thing, or the contacts are dirty, usually something like that. So there are tips and tricks again. People know a lot better than I do. I don't know much about them at all. But there are a few simple tricks to get those things working and maintain reasonably well. But yeah, when they go wrong, you've got to try and find bits for them. That is going to be a problem. So yeah, I think it would be quite busy. Richard said, yeah, electromechanical is far more scary than the mechanical. Slightly puts me off buying. I just see house fire. I haven't known many to catch on fire. We did have one in the auction once. What was it? Something caught fire. Kind of what it was. Was it a little? I think it was a merchandise or a pusher or something. I think it was a little pusher. And the capacitor had gone on it basically and was melted. So all the oil came out of the capacitor, and I think it shorted something inside, and smoke started pouring out of it because it was shorting and going across the oil from the capacitor. All the wax had melted and turned into oil. So yeah, that's quite good fun. I think it was one of those little mini Tita pushers, I remember, if I think that's what it was. Pushers. I think it might have been this. Pretty sure it was. Yeah, I think it was. I'm almost certain it was one of those, and it just needed a new motor capacitor. But it was quite interesting at the time. First time I've had to use a fire extinguisher in one of my auctions in 25 years or whatever it was. Peter says yes, it was. Yeah. Search for Strauger or Strauger on Facebook. Very useful group for Uniselector spares and info. It's useful to know. I don't do Facebook, I don't like it. Ricola says, I set one of mine on fire a few months ago due to overzealous use of electrical cleaner. Ah, yes, that can be a bit flammable, can't it? Paul said, knocked all your power out years ago when I plugged in the snap machine. Yeah, that was a frequent problem with electromechanical stuff, tripping the trips sometime. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? You can't beat tripping a few trips now and again, putting the auction to blackness. I suppose that is one benefit of this way of doing things. We don't blow things up and take the whole auction out at once. But perhaps that takes some of the fun out of it. Yeah, they're good little pushers, those. There's mini Tita, and there's Tita Tota, isn't there? Is another one. I don't think we ever sold one of those. I haven't even got it listed on here. But sweet little things. Halfway through an auction, yes. Did my apprenticeship on, is it Strauger or Strauger? Strauger, I'm guessing. Strauger Exchanges. You've seen there's a good YouTube channel. The channel's called Look Mum No Computer. He makes all sorts of weird and wonderful creations, like Furby organs, and it does a lot of, he builds his own synthesizers, analog synthesizers. But one of his videos, not so long ago, he bought an old telephone exchange, and he's just in the process of opening a museum. The museum of, it's called something like the Museum of Everything Else or something, some great name. But all sorts of weird and wonderful electromechanical stuff, and early electronic stuff. So a lot of it with a kind of musical base, but yeah, a good channel to watch. Can I find his channel without killing my stream? Probably not. Might be able to. Let's see what happens if I do this. Just bear with me. Hopefully it won't disappear. No, that's not what I want to do. Oops. That's what I want to do. There we go. How do I do this? I want to do this. This is what I'm looking for. I'll try to find the video of the Crazy Telephone Exchange. Here we are. I'll put this link in, copy that, paste that. There we go. Try that link. Hopefully that will get it. Yeah, it comes up with some mad creations. It's a good fun channel to watch. Maybe have done something with slot machines at some time. Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. I haven't watched all his videos by any means because there's a lot of them, but you should definitely search up one for the Furby organ. Let's see if I can find that. It's completely mad. Let's do a search. There we go. The Furby organ. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. How do I do this? I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Oops. Cancel that. Do that. Share. Like. There we are. Copy that. There you go. Have a look at that later on. I think you'll all be very amused by it if you haven't seen it already. Any more for any more? What's the time? Quarter past. I was looking at my watch. I haven't got a watch on. 9:15 from my computer clock. Put back on these for sales. So there's nothing finishing tonight, but there's quite a few finishing next Sunday. 4, 10, 15 machines finish next Sunday. And then 9, 10 machines the Sunday after that. Excuse me. So don't forget those. As I say, if you previously made an offer on something that's been relisted and you're having an issue with the offers showing up in your account where it should show, I'm aware that there might be a problem there and I'm working on it. But send me a message anyway, because something different might be happening with your account than my test account. And that will help me narrow down what the issue is. So I can get that sorted and working properly. So if there's no more questions or comments, we'll call it a night in a bit. I'll see you all again on Friday, not Tuesday, because there's no sale results to report this week. So not only that, I'm working over in the studios on Stratford on Tuesday, so I probably won't be back in time for a video anyway. Chances are. But yeah, Friday should be okay. Tomorrow, if you need to come tomorrow for anything, dropping off, collecting, viewing, tomorrow all day should be okay. Send me a message. And next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, they should both be okay. But the rest of this week is a bit patchy because of jobs I've got on. So might be possible if you're coming past anyway, as it were, then just get in touch. Obviously, if I'm around, you're more than welcome to pop in. Other than that, have a jolly evening. I will sign off shortly, go and have a cup of tea and contemplate getting these offers to work properly and writing myself up some notes properly on the help/advice/tips kind of forum-y type thing idea, which I think would be good. Yeah. I don't think there's a quick way of programming it. I don't think there is. I think it might take me a day to code that, but I think it'd be a really good and useful feature. So any more for any more? Don't think there is. If you want to say something or comment, then do so quickly in the next minute or two. What's the time? 21:18, so we'll give it till 20 past and we'll call it a night then, if there's nobody else needs to know anything or say anything. So have a look here if there's any bits. Obviously there's some bits for sale. There's a whole load of bits people want. Have a look down there. See if you can find anything in your shed that any of these people need to fix their machines with. And also we've got £66,000 waiting for these machines. So somebody's got more money to spend than I have at the minute. But yeah, if you want any of those, and to place you wanted adverts, I'm sure you've all sussed it by now, but just go to your account, wanted ads, go from there. Right, it's all gone quiet, so I will sign off. We'll see you all on Friday night, and again Sunday night. If you don't do Friday nights, we'll see you Sunday night again. And hopefully with some new stuff arriving in the week, new stuff for sale. There's a whole load of stuff finishing next weekend. And with a bit of luck, I'll get some more tweaks done to the website in the week, and some more bits up and running. And we'll keep plodding along. And see where it all gets us. So right, that's it. I'm off for a cup of tea. So I'll see you soon. Good night.